What is up, you guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with Dallas Stewart on the speakerphone. Dallas, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Yep, 3-1 in divisional round weekend. 3-1. We went 3-1. Just the only one we got wrong was the Chiefs Bills game because the Bills freaking blew it at the end too. And
Yeah.
and now it's that time. Championship Sunday picks. The final two games to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. Man, and it's crazy just how it all got set up here, man. First off, we got the AFC Championship. We got the Kansas City Chiefs going to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs were lucky that Tyler Bass shanked that kick wide to the right and that the Bills had some pretty costly drops in that game, let alone they got lucky that touchback when the guy fumbled it into the end zone didn't come back to bite them. And the Baltimore Ravens, they handled their business with ease. I mean, they looked a little rusty in the first half from resting the starters, but let's be real. We knew they were going to kill the Houston Texans.
Yeah, a little rust, I think, in the first half, but then they clamped down on defense and just dominated them in the second half.
And then Lamar did the rest on his feet. I think Lamar had didn't Lamar have 2 touchdown runs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lamar just ran all over him along with that, and that offense was just clicking on every cylinder from there on out, and it was all Baltimore Ravens. The Texans' only touchdown in that game was just a punt return touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, man. Lamar versus Patrick Mahomes in Baltimore for the rights to go to the Super Bowl. And then potential head coach candidate Mike McDonald, defense coordinator for the Ravens, a potential head coach. Keep an eye out for him, possibly. I know the Seahawks are having some interest in Mike McDonald, along with the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator. Definitely a few coaches now off the board. Now with these new head coach hires, Jim Harbaugh going to the Chargers, Raheem Morris of the Rams going to the Atlanta Falcons, Dave Canales to the Carolina Panthers, and who else?
Oh, and the Titans hire Brian Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan. Yep. So a lot of moves going on that, but game-wise though, man, AFC, this is going to be a pretty good game, but I'm going to go and I'm going to give the edge. I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens to go to Vegas for Super Bowl 58. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to end the Kansas City Chiefs season.
Yeah, give me the Ravens as well to get it done at home as the number 1 seed. I just don't think they blow this opportunity. I think Kansas City is going to have to play a near perfect game to beat them, and I don't know if they have enough on offense.
Yeah.
I think that Ravens defense is gonna hold them down, keep them in check, and I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, probably decided maybe by a last second field goal.
Yeah, probably by Justin Tucker. And I'm gonna be real with this. I don't see anyone beating the Ravens. Bottom line.
Yeah, no matter who the NFC representative is, the Ravens are going to have to play a really bad game for somebody to beat them.
Yeah, and let's be real. The NFC representatives and the NFC championships, the Ravens already killed them both this year.
Yep.
All right, and that brings us to the NFC championship. We got the Detroit Lions going to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. The Lions, it was a little tough, but they were able to pull away in the second half against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, the 49ers absolutely struggled against the Green Bay Packers, but Matt LaFleur freaking blew that game with some costly calls that I know he wants back, especially that 4th down quarterback sneak when you had 3 easy points in your back pocket and they left 6 points off the board because later Carlson shanked it or just barely missed it to the right. I mean, seriously, if they would have freaking taken the easy 3 instead of doing that dumbass quarterback sneak, it would have been 9-7 at halftime.
Yeah, they left points off the board in that game, and then obviously the 2 critical interceptions by Jordan Love. I mean, that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be real though with Jordan Love. I'll tell you what, with Green Bay, I think now with that they may have their future at quarterback now.
Yeah, so do I. He looked really good at the end of the year, and I think Green Bay is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the NFC for years to come.
Time will tell, though. Let's be real. I mean, we didn't really put the time will tell factor when we thought Mac Jones was going to be good with New England. So let's be real, though. Time will tell with them. But Detroit, though, I mean, my only concern with Detroit is their iffy secondary, because their secondary gives up big plays. They got the offense, though, too, and if that offense knows how to click and get going early, though, and they've disappeared for a little bit, though, but when they get going, they're really just going to get going. If they can get it going and jump up big on San Francisco early, if that pass rush could just get some pressure on Brock Purdy and shut down McCaffrey, and obviously the secondary dealing with Ayuk and Jennings and George Kittle, there's a potential chance that Deebo Samuel, there's a 50% chance Deebo Samuel plays too. And Green Bay didn't even take advantage of Deebo Samuel being out in that game too.
No, they didn't. He did practice today. I think he'll probably end up playing.
Yeah, I think he'll end up playing though too. And but man, I'll tell you what. Realistically, I think the Super Bowl is going to be Ravens versus 49ers, but what I really want, I'll tell you what, I would honestly love to see Detroit make it, to be honest with you, too, just because they've never been.
I would love to see Detroit in their first ever Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people want, except for 49er fans, though. But unfortunately, I'm going to give the slight edge to San Francisco, and I think we're going to see a rematch of Super Bowl 47 and Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. So I gotta give the slight edge to the 49ers, but boy, I would love to see Detroit go into Santa Clara and upset the Niners. But I'm going to take the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to give the slight edge to the 49ers. I think they're going to come out firing in this game. Green Bay game was a wake-up call, and they realized they were very fortunate to get out of there with a win.
Oh, yes.
And I think it's going to, wake them up a little bit. And I think they know they can't afford a slow start against Detroit.
Yeah, because and
I think they might exploit that Detroit secondary.
Yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
I think this might be a shootout.
Yeah, C.J. Gardner-Johnson and whoever the other cornerback, and Kirby Joseph and whoever one of the other cornerbacks is that I can't quite remember the name.
And I also think the 49ers are going to be motivated. From last year with Purdy going down in the NFC Championship and then just them getting dominated from that point on. And I think it's going to fuel them to get over the top this year and get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but let's see what kind of... I'll tell you what, if Green Bay would have pulled that upset, then the NFC Championship would be in Detroit and not San Francisco, man.
Yeah, Detroit would have had an easier road to the Super Bowl.
Well, not really, because they did struggle with Green Bay, because Green Bay did beat them on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they did lay that egg against Green Bay on Thanksgiving, but
yeah, I hope...
This is the toughest team Detroit's played so far in the playoffs, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'll tell you what, I would love to see them pull it off, though. I mean, but I'm gonna go realistic, though.
They've been a good Cinderella story.
Yeah. Will the Cinderella story continue, or will the clock strike midnight? We'll find out on Sunday, but those are our picks. Ravens, 49ers, and Super Bowl 58. And drop your picks down below in the comments, and we'll see y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. As always, go Seahawks.